Hello everyone, Oscar here. Welcome again. Today, different from other classes that I have here recorded here to help students improve their mastery of their English language. This recording is not going to be in Spanish, it's going to be in English, especially because I want to show you some expressions that you can use in negotiation. The kind of negotiation we're looking at is not the negotiation in which you are trying to close a deal.
Yeah, you were the ones that taught me that making a record is business and find the best business deal that you can. Now, 75 cents of every dollar and owning my own masters is a pretty damn good deal. Can you match it?
Ray, we would love to match it, but we just can't.
But the negotiation in which there is a conflictive situation or a conflict itself that needs to be resolved.
Okay, Rachel, why don't you start talking first?
All right. I feel that this is totally unjustified. She gave me the green light. I did nothing. Do you think I can't see you in the TV set?
The expressions that I'm going to show you are not only expressions that you can use if you are part of this argument, part of this negotiation, but also if you are the mediator in the negotiation, and you need to take part, and you need to listen to both parties and try to help both parties involved in this negotiation. I decided to classify these expressions keeping in mind those moments that may arise in the argument or in the conversation. Like, for example, you are in the middle of a conversation and there is a moment when you need to show some empathy. And the expression that you can use at that time would be, I understand what you're saying, or I can see your point of view. Another expression that you can use, well, I know what you mean, or well, I see what you mean, or you don't have to worry about that, and then explain something, whatever it is. Now, there is an important thing that you need to keep in mind when using these expressions, and it's that intonation is important, and also everything that goes with it. Your facial expression, your body language is not the same if you say, well, I know what you mean, than if you say, well, I know what you mean.
But I know what you mean.
It shows more understanding. So if you really want to share, if you really want to show empathy in this conversation, well, I think it's important to do it the right way. So it's not just about the expression, the English expression, the spoken expression, but your facial expression and your body language as well.
I think I know what you mean.
There can be another time in a negotiation that I've identified it as taking time off. We have been arguing, I don't know, for a long time or for a short time, but it doesn't seem that we're going to get anywhere, at least not right now. So it's time for a break. It's time to take some time off. You could easily say, okay, let's take a break, and that's it. But I feel that there are other ways to take time off in a more productive way. One of them would be, okay, let's have a break and come back with some fresh ideas. Okay, which in reality is saying let's take a break, but there is this complement that lets you know that it's not just about the break, that this break will have a purpose.
Okay, let's take a break. Be back in 10.
Another moment in these conversations would be when you need to create a solution. Creating solutions is important because when you are in the middle of an argument, it's not just about arguing, or it's not just about saying what I feel, sharing the way I feel, and listening to you sharing the way you feel. But at the end of the day, there is something you want to reach. So expressions that you can use for creating solutions, for those moments in which you want to create a solution, would be, how about if? And then you come up with a proposal. Okay, how about if we pay for your travel expenses, for example? Or what if, which is pretty much the same as how about if. What if, and then the complement, what if we pay for your travel expenses? Or let's look at this another way. This expression, let's look at this another way. You can also use it as the introduction to the previous ones. Okay, so let's look at this another way. How about if we pay for your travel expenses? You're creating solutions. You're inviting the other person to come up with something.
How about this? How about if I go along?
There is another moment in which, once you have discussed everything that you needed to discuss, it is very, very important to summarize what you have just agreed. So some expressions that you can use for summarizing would be, let's go over the main points again. Or, can we go over what we have agreed? Or, let's see what we got. The second one, can we go over what we have agreed? You can use it just like that, you know, when there is this summarizing time. But summarizing opportunities can happen at different times during the negotiation, during this conversation. So if this is a long conversation and there are many things that you are dealing with, you probably want to make a pause in the middle and make sure that what we have agreed up to this point is right, and we both understand the agreements. If that's the case, then this expression should go with the expression so far. That lets me know, or that lets everybody know that I would like to check on the agreements up to this point. You know, I understand that there are still some things that we need to keep talking about, but so far, okay, so up to this moment, what is it that we have agreed?
All right, what do we got? Talk to me, Karen.
No moment in a negotiation would be the closure. You know, when the negotiation is over. Sometimes when you are taking part in a negotiation, in a conversation like this, it's not so easy just to say goodbye. But sometimes just saying goodbye may not be that appropriate. So coming up with some expressions might be a very good idea. For example, one of those expressions you can use would be, okay, I think that covers everything. Or you can also say more business-like, we've got a deal. Or that's it then. And you can make combinations. Okay, we've got a deal, that's it then. Or, okay, I think that covers everything. That's it then. Goodbye. Anyway, so those are the expressions that I found. That was my research. Those are the expressions that I want to share with you. I hope you find them useful, and I hope I can see you again some other time. And well, have a good day. Bye-bye.